Damn it. I had it. I had it too. First of all, I gave a queen away way earlier. But I could have saved it. I didn't have enough time to solve it. I could have just taken. Oh, never mind. White could have forced threefold. So I needed to play really directly. You can still force threefold. Well, now it's like... Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, the beginning of Night of the Living Dead. It's a classic.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh? Time when we were behind. Remember that? Right over there. Bruh?
Stop it! You're ignorant.
You're ignorant. You're ignorant.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh god, in his eyes, the reflection on the glasses. Look at the reflection on the glasses. It's so creepy.
Brave.
Stop it now, I mean it.
Like the shadows.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It looks like his eyes are like Sharingan from Naruto.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
You're ignorant.
Barbara?
Stop it! You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
You're ignorant. You're ignorant. Stop it. You're acting like a child. Stop it. You're ignorant. Stop it. You son of a bitch. Stop it. You're ignorant. Stop it. The same exact stop it. Stop it. And then like stop it. 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 Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Where are we going tonight? Where are we? Where are we going tonight? We're not going anywhere, that's where. God damn it, you son of a bitch. Stop being ignorant. You know, I kind of like the attention, but also kind of think it's a little bit kind of like telling of like the chat rooms here. That they probably never met a girl in their life, because the second I show up to a tournament, I say nice to meet you, and I get DMs saying like, I love you. I don't know if they're trying to intimidate me or whatever, but like, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's creepy or if it's sad. It's just like, it's not that extreme. But it's just like really? Like, you haven't even seen my face. Like, I mean, they'd probably like me even more then, but like they see me in a chat room with you know, it just goes to show, like, what if I was a catfish? Like, what if I was a dude pretending to be a girl? Like, what if I was just someone who was like, what if somebody made a fan account of me? Name it with my name on it. Like, because they're a fan. And this person is just like, I love you. I know, a girl playing chess. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I mean, I've gotten to gamer girl status, so that's pretty gender confirming. I don't know, it's kind of flattering. I got to gamer girl status. It's you know, there's worse things in life. You know, I'll take it. We take those. Okay, I know it's a little bit weird being a girl on the internet, but I'd rather that than transphobia, to be honest. I got to people getting in my DM status. I think that's progress. I think that's progress. You know, we still need to break that glass ceiling though, but still, you know, I'm not gonna complain. I'd rather be people being cringe than being transphobic for... I already made one, but it's named Sexy Rebecca Lauren. Yeah, exactly. Someone on Twitch was their name, they followed me, and it was like Rebecca Lauren's biggest fan. Actually, no, that was on Kick. On my debut and like my very short stint on Kick. I'm saving it for when they clean up all the bullshit. And also when they fix the algorithm discovery. And also when I'm kind of ready to face some trolling heat. Because I really don't want any, like... I really don't want too much attention right now. I know that's copium. Like, obviously, you know... but I did have 600 viewers on my very first Kick stream. I don't know if how many of those people were real. But I did get hate rated, and there's a lot of transphobia on the platform. I don't really want that attention right now, especially so close to surgery. Like, for real. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really want to be, like, kind of quiet right now. Which is why I'm on Twitch and just doing my normal stream stuff. Honestly, if I get an opportunity, I'm gonna take it. But honestly, as far as streaming goes, it's not really how it works. Like, streaming doesn't really work that way. You kind of have to, like... You kind of have to do stuff behind the scenes. You know, maybe under some desks. You know, like, you know, you have to put those desks together. They don't come put together when you buy them at IKEA. So you have to get under them. They don't tell you that until it's too late. Why am I 3 seconds? That's not gonna happen. Unless I could have checkmated in 3 seconds. Jesus Christ. Yeah, honestly, I'd rather people getting in my DMs than people. I mean, that was already the case. Let's be real. Family friendly friend. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't played chess in quite a while, but when I came back to Lee Chess, I started getting people just saying I love you in the tournament chats. Like, really? Like, really? Has that ever worked for these people? Like, has that ever actually worked for these guys? Like, have they ever actually, like, made a girlfriend by saying I love you the first DM they've ever sent? And not even like a DM, just like in a public chat on Lee Chess. Has that ever actually got them laid? I gotta sing to the microphone. I don't know. I'll do it for free. Honestly, I am actually just horny. Like, like, to be honest, like, I don't need to, nobody needs to coerce me. I'm pretty easy. Okay, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Just give me sex already. Oh, you're also gonna give me employment? Well, that's okay too. But that's not a condition of employment. That's like something that, like, you know what, I'll do that. Oh, but you're also gonna give me a job. Oh, okay. But it's unrelated to that for all legal purposes. No, seriously, I do think that's pretty creepy when people do that kind of sexual harassment shit. It's actually not as fun as, like... See, when you think about it, when you're talking about it on stream, it's okay to, like, make jokes and stuff. But in reality, that shit is actually really fucking weird and scary and, like, coercive. Like, I've had situations in life where people are being creepy. And it's way different than when we're just talking about it on stream. We're just joking around and stuff. But in real life, when people come up to you and they start, like, trying to, like, raise you up, it's really fucking creepy. Not comfortable at all. Yeah, I mean, I didn't ask for, you know, I didn't even ask for a job. I didn't even come in for a job interview, but I left with the job, so. I mean, they left with the job, too. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not actually like I'm actually not a slut. Like, I've only been with 2 guys and 2 women. Like, my whole life. I am not a slut. I'm very picky. Like, I'm very fucking picky. Very fucking picky. I do not mess around. Because that's how people get, like, their kidneys stolen and shit. You know, I mean, that's, I mean, like, obviously, you know, all jokes aside. When you, if you just sleep around too much and you don't set boundaries, that's how bad shit happens. And I don't want to blame anybody who's a victim. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because obviously, if bad things happen, it's always the, you know, it's not the victim's fault. But I'm not gonna, like, make it easier for people to do weird shit, right? But honestly, like, I'm careful with who I sleep with. Like, I'm very fucking careful. I've only been with, I mean, maybe to the sacrifice of my mental health. Yeah, I mean, I'm pansexual. I'm not particularly into the whole pride thing. I don't like flying. I mean, obviously, I understand why people are into it because they need a sense of community and all that. I do too, but honestly, I don't really feel too comfortable with the pride community. I think it's a little bit too much for me. Like, you know, it's like the traditional, like the stereotype of, like, you know, like, hey, like that kind of thing. Like, hey, like, that's, I know it's a stereotype, but it is a thing. That's not really who I am. It's never been who I am. I'm not like, hey girl, like some women are, I know that. Like, it's not just a gay thing. Like, gay men are like that and some women are like that. Like, I'm not really into all that. Like, I think it's a little weird. Like, I don't know, cancel me, bro. Whatever. I'm not really into all that. I think it's a little too much. I really just want to, like, be a normal person. Not that it's not normal to be all prideful. But, like, I think it's a little cringe for me. Because I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want to make my whole life about being pansexual or being trans. I transitioned so I don't have to do that. Like, I'm not transitioning to stick out. I am part of Pride whether or not I want to, obviously. But obviously how you participate is up to you. I'm talking about, like, the whole, like, absolutely, like, out and proud, like, making, like, flamboyant statements. You know, like, all, like, I'm not really into all that. You know, I'm more into, like, you know, like, standing up for, like, social justice and stuff like that. But even that, I really just want to have a quiet life. I mean, as quiet as, like, somebody who's getting into, like, a bunch of different, you know, entertainment industries. can live a quiet life. I actually think it's possible. I totally think you don't have to be like super like celebrity status just to be successful as an entertainer. I think that is like kind of a stereotype of celebrities. I don't think and there are examples of celebrities who aren't like that, who are kind of just quiet and live a quiet life and a personal life. Not everybody is like going out to like, you know, get their picture taken everywhere, like, you know, out in public for tabloids. Like, you know, they're not always starting up some drama. Like, not everybody's like that. Some people, they're celebrity status and they're content with that. And that, you know, I'm not saying, you know, obviously, you know, I really think a lot of things that people, a lot of lifestyle choices that people have are really just like a choice as far as it comes to that. But honestly, I didn't transition so I could be like different. Like, I know that like I'm trans, whatever, you know, nothing's going to change the fact that I'm trans. That's not going to change. And there's certain realities that come with that because I went through natal male puberty, okay? But I didn't transition so I could be different. Not that, like, I'm saying that other people transition because they want to be different. That's not what I'm saying. I just, like, I don't want to stick out. I kind of want to blend in. I just want to be some random basic bitch, which is who I am, honestly. I have to admit it someday. I'm a basic bitch, okay? Like, I'm absolutely basic. Okay, like, I do yoga. I'm like the white chick. Hey, Rose. I'm like that white chick that does yoga. And, like, drinks kombucha. Okay, I know it's a stereotype. That's my stereotype, okay? I'm not a stereotype as in, like... I'm not like the social justice warrior trans person wearing glitter and going to Pride. Like, that's not me. I don't go to Pride events. I think it's really powerful when people find community that way, but that's not really my community. Honestly. Like, the super loud, like, Pride event community. Not the overall, like, mission of Pride. I stand in solidarity with that, obviously, because I am trans and I am pansexual, so, like, obviously, there's no choice in the matter there. But I'm talking about, like, the actual, like, lifestyle of Pride. You know what I mean? Like, everywhere in my house is a Pride flag. Like, I fly Pride flags everywhere. They're on my car. And, you know, honestly, it's the same as when people fly, like, you know, like American flags on their trucks, and they have, like, you know, they're a proud American or they're a proud Christian. I don't like that either. Like, I'm like, you know, it's fine. If that's what makes you happy, do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to do that. Obviously, I think the difference is like when some people are like super transphobic or homophobic, they're like, oh, you can be gay, just don't wave in my face. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm talking about, like, I just don't want to live like that. I kind of don't want to make my whole life about the fact that I'm trans. I don't want to forever be branded as that trans person. And I know that's, like, obviously, it's not really a choice. Yeah, being basic is kind of cool, honestly. You know, I'm taking care of my health. I, like, have, like, I mean, I've been kind of, like, kind of having, like, not, I don't know, I've been having a healthy diet. I've been having, like, broccoli and kale. And, like, oh my god, kale. Like, no, I've been having kale and, like, sweet pea and, like, peas and, like, broccoli. And, like, you know, I don't know. I still eat, like, you know, I eat meat. So it's like, some people are like, don't ever eat meat. And it's like, why? Like, what's wrong with meat? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. We've been eating meat since the dawn of fucking time. Okay, like, what's wrong with meat? Like, I don't get it. Like, and also people think that, like, if you just go vegan, that it's somehow gonna solve the fight against animal cruelty, or it's somehow gonna it's somehow gonna battle climate change, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna be able to convince a significant amount of people to go vegan in order to impact climate change or global warming. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Okay, it's just a reality. People don't want to fucking go vegan. I like vegan food, but I'm not gonna eat exclusively vegan. It's absolutely ridiculous that people actually expect people to do that. And honestly, I feel like the trans community had a very, very, very dangerous moment in history. I think it's changing now, but we had a very, very fucking dangerous moment for a minute of like ending up like the vegan crowd, where people were constantly trying to convince everybody to be 100% like, you know, you're gonna get canceled if you even just think a trans person is ugly. Like, that's like trying to get people to eat vegan, okay? Some people are gonna be unattracted to women just for being slightly overweight, okay? So, you know, trying to convince those same people, which I don't know why you're trying to get them to like you. They're losers. They're so fucking shallow. They can't even get laid, but they like have these insane standards for women. Honestly, if they had the opportunity to be with a trans woman, you know, 100% they would pull their fucking pants down. Because we're fucking hot, okay? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. But like, you know, they don't want their friends to know. They don't want anyone to know that they've had sex with a trans person. Like, dude, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you don't want to get laid? Is that it? Like, you want to be a virgin. You're gonna have insane standards for women. Like, oh, she's too overweight. She weighs like one little teeny, like some stretch marks. Like barely even, and also even if she is like more overweight than usual, like, dude, you're not good enough for her. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Complaining about being a virgin, and then you have such insane standards that you're guaranteeing that literally the only person who's going to want to have sex with you is some other dude who's like, yeah, dude, that chick's ugly. Yeah, dude, like, totally, yeah, yeah, she's so ugly. Oh, yeah, tell that me to my face. Oh, yeah, she's so ugly. Oh, yeah, she's so ugly. Like, I imagine, like, the Andrew Tate, like, Meat Canyon. We got really distracted there. Oh my goodness! Oh god, I got stalemate. What the hell? I needed to push. Well, first of all, I needed to get this knight out of the way. Yeah, it's hard to see. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. It takes a lot of practice. Honestly, I've just been on the internet for like 22 years. I don't really consider this to be public anymore. Uh, but it is. But like, you know, I think like a lot of what it is like, you know, like I'm pretty I'm pretty open out like in the real world as well. Like I'm just it's just my personality. I'm very extroverted. I'm very very outgoing. I love being around people. I love being the center of attention, but I also being a part. I like being a part of the group, kind of a part of the amalgamation. I like blending in, but I also like sticking out. And it's like, I don't know. I just love like the potential of like what things can be, and like also not like being so strict about it. Like that's kind of like, I don't know, it's like I'm figuring out what life is still. And you know, I don't think anybody ever does. You know, I was even talking to someone today, like basically like I don't think like people in their 70s saying that, you know, claiming that they don't really know what they're doing. You know, there's like a lot of people that are still trying to figure it out. I think that's just what life is. And I think like, you know, life's too short to just like try to like keep up like this perfect image of over what like you think life is supposed, or how you're supposed to be in public or anything like that. Like I just think life's too short. Like why would I don't want to be like 70, 80, 90 before I start having fun. I can have fun now. And yeah, people might think it's cringe or whatever, but what does that really mean? Like, oops. Like, it doesn't really do anything. Like, it's not like I'm not, like, I mean, they might like laugh at me or whatever, but like, why should I care? Like, why should I care at all? You know, honestly, I think they're the ones that are having the problem. Like, I'm not hurting anybody. I act silly in public or whatever. I quote unquote embarrass myself in public by like dancing or something. I like dancing in public. I was actually dancing. I was going grocery shopping with my friend and I didn't have to do anything. So I was able to just do like ballets, like, you know, I was just doing some pas de bourrée. No, not pas de bourrée. What are the turns in ballet? They're pirouette. Doing pirouettes. Like, I was just doing pirouettes in the grocery store. Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but I think the best way to do it is to just like, obviously don't get in trouble or whatever. Don't do anything like, you know, that'll get you like in trouble. But I mean, think about like, you know, if you're not like breaking the law or doing anything that's against the rules or whatever, then all you're really doing is just embarrassing yourself. But if that's a choice, to feel embarrassed, that's a choice. You don't have to feel embarrassed. Then the people who are weirded out by it, like, the people who are weirded out about it are like, they probably have some issues. Honestly. And I don't know, it's usually more telling of the person who's like weirded out by it than it is by you. And obviously, if that person started retaliating against you, they'd be the one who has the problem. Like if someone's like, "Shut the fuck up, you asshole!" Like I'm like who hurt you? Like, geez, I'm just having a good time, and that's not even gonna ruin my day, honestly. It takes a lot. It really does. I mean, as much as like I kind of think sometimes like I don't really recognize how much experience I've gone through in life. Like I've been I've built up like a lot of freaking I built up a lot of defenses and like a lot of like I got like a really thick skin, and I didn't really fully recognize that until like I think I'm starting to recognize it. And, like I'm actually like it's a rare thing. It's not common at all. Like most people are like really shy, and I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna like pressure people to be like more outgoing or whatever. But at the same time, I'm also I kind of like need to recognize sometimes that like what I have is something special. Like not everybody is able to do like be silly in public and share stuff in public. Like I share like a lot about myself. I mean sometimes I'm actually kind of trying to tone it down. Not for anybody else because I never had to, obviously. It's for me. Like I want to be able to like not be the center of attention. I want to be able to listen to like what other people have to offer. Not like it's like this big giant like anime storyline where I have to like know everything about everybody. It's not like that. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's just more of a private thing that I really do want to like not be as I want to talk less when I'm talking with people. Oh god, I'm like screwing my games up. Obviously on stream, I do want to kind of focus my stream persona a little bit more to more kind of like lighter material and like more entertaining topics, more like kind of general purpose conversations. Like I really kind of want to see where that can go because that's where most people start. That's where I'm like trying to rein myself into. It's like the opposite of most streamers, right? If you notice like a lot of really new streamers, like very small, like, micro streamers, like 0 viewer and like, like 1 viewer Andes, like they got stream elements. When you got like 1 viewer Andes, they usually like start off with like, oh, hey, how was your day? Yeah, this game is fun. I like this game. That reminds me, have you ever heard a dad joke? Like, it's always very basic and surface level because they're still, like, trying to, like, find their balance as a streamer. For me, I just straight up went with, like, alright, guys, I'm gonna drop some fucking tea. My life is a whole fucking mess. And here are 10 reasons why my life is a mess. And I'm gonna continually talk about them for 4 years. And I'm not gonna stop. And I'm gonna continually work through it in real time. With you having to listen to it. Like, like, and now I'm like, hey guys, you want to talk about like the weather? Like, you want to talk about like sports or something? You want to talk about like a video game that's coming out? Like, yeah, negative feedback is only, it's not useful. In fact, most feedback, especially on the internet, unless it's somebody more successful than you, and especially, and I don't think anybody more successful than you will ever criticize you without constructive, in a non-constructive way. And honestly, I don't think a person more successful than you would even really criticize you to begin with. But also, like, yeah, I mean, it's human nature. If one person says, like, you see like a sea of like really nice comments, and then you see one really, really ugly comment, you're gonna see that one really well. It's human nature. But I also think that like, what was I talking about? been a long day. I was like outside in like the sun like all day. I was in the shade, but I was out and about all day. It was like a back to college thing. It was so fun being around people. And I brought my chessboard, and I think I may have made a few friends. I don't know. We just played chess. So I mean, I'm not gonna like say that they're my best friends or anything. I'm not delusional, okay? I know that just because you play a game of chess with someone doesn't mean that they're your friend. But it was a friendly encounter. I keep forgetting these aren't bullet games. Trying to focus on the game. But yeah, like I went to the college thing and I played some chess with some people. I was around a lot of people, which is actually like ironically, being in big crowds is like one of the things that doesn't set off my agoraphobia. I know that's like a stereotype of agoraphobia. Agoraphobia isn't literally fear of big crowds. It's not fear of leaving your house. It's fear of situations that have in the past been a source of panic attacks. That's what agoraphobia is. And so for me, it's when I'm in situations where people are going to be in direct conflict with me. In a way where like people are going to be, and honestly, that's why I stream, is because one of the things about my agoraphobia is being in social situations, and streaming is a really kind of safe way to subject myself to criticism. And I've had to deal with it in a way that like some people would say is like unhealthy. I actually think it's been very healthy because I've been able to like kind of condition myself with exposure therapy. Like people underestimate like just exposing things. Like, you know, if you have a fear of crowds, then go to a theme park. You know, you have a fear of roller coasters, then go to a theme park. I don't know, what's the theme here? Talking about theme parks. I really like playing chess in person. I really want to go play over the board games again. Like, I really want to go and play tournaments. Welcome back, Twice. Like, I really miss, like, being around people. So, like, actually going into big crowds, it actually is easier for my PTSD, like, agoraphobia stuff, because I don't have to think as much. You want to hear dudes saying I love you in person? Hey, they're a little bit more, shy. People are a little bit more, like, people are very brave online. In fact, most people, I don't think would actually like do anything in person. It's obviously there are people who will, but I think it's easy to pay attention to the few people who will than to like pay attention to the people who actually are just decent people. I have a fear of men because of that. I've been around a lot of really toxic men my whole life. I've been around a lot of toxic men. And so I kind of like have, especially living as a woman, I have this bias where I just automatically assume that because all the men in my life previously that I was around made me uncomfortable, but I was quote unquote one of the guys in that case. But I always felt uncomfortable. I didn't like the way they talked. I didn't like the way they like were rude about like sexuality, like oh yeah, I'd fucking, you know, I'd fuck the shit out of her, you know, I'd fucking beat guts or whatever the fuck they say. Like, it's so fucking disgusting. But I was so used to that being the norm that I do have an irrational fear of men. It's not 100% irrational, honestly, but I do have like a really unjustified fear of men and like almost like a prejudice. Like a prejudice, like a misandrist, prejudice against men almost, And that's really unhealthy because there's a lot of really nice, really good people out there. And I'm not giving them a chance. But honestly, I think most people are not creeps. The people, obviously, if you go into a more densely populated area, there's going to be creeps. But for the most part, what I've noticed is that, like, they're pretty much cowards. But, I don't know. I've had some experiences with, like, people in the parking lot and shit like that. I've had experiences, obviously nowhere near. I've only been gendered as a woman, which is differently than... See, being gendered as female is different than identifying as female, because I've identified as female for quite a long time. But when I started hormones and living as a woman, you start being gendered as female, which means that people will start to actually see you as a woman. And like that started happening probably like in 2021 at a certain point. And like when I was like at the DMV, some dude was like trying to hang out with me. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want to go watch a movie or something?" And I just like walked to my car. And then like when he was starting walking up to my car, it was broad daylight. But like I was rolling up the window, and as he was coming up to my window, I said, "Bye, parking lot person." Like hopefully he got the hint. He probably didn't. But what I do is I kind of like try to like, maybe this is dangerous, but I try to call them out in a way that'll like not call them out like directly, so that maybe they'll get the hint. But honestly, a lot of the times guys don't get the hint. You can tell them exactly, directly. And this is my experience even before living as a woman. Like, I've had a really negative experience with men. A very negative experience with men. I'm not trying to be like I'm proud of it or whatever. It's not like that. Oh God. It's mostly just like it's a reality. Like I've had a very negative experience socializing with men and being around men, because I've been around a lot of really toxic men my whole life, and I kind of know what to expect because I was like quote unquote one of the guys, and so like I kind of know how to deal with them. And really the way you do it, I guess, and this is what works for me, is to just kind of like be upfront. Like say like, you know, like don't like I don't know, because some guys are just way too persistent and don't get the fucking hint. And so obviously that's where like I don't try to, I don't know, it's really fucking hard to talk about because it's like you can't really say for sure. And I haven't had enough encounters like this to really speak out too much about it. But I'm very much aware that I have had a lot of privilege most of my life as far as dealing with men, and I lost that privilege several years ago, and I'm only just now starting to catch up to me. It's like finding out Santa Claus isn't real. I've said that before on stream. It really does. It's like this. It's terrifying, actually. Being a woman is fucking terrifying. And I've only just, like, hit the tip of the iceberg. Because I haven't been living as a woman my whole life. Like, I was not gendered as a woman my whole life. Like, not until, like, a couple years ago. So, like, I have a lot of, like, unfortunately, I have, like, a lot of catching up to do in that area. But hopefully, I can also use my experience from that privilege to kind of understand how guys think. Those kind of guys. How those kind of guys think. Because those kind of guys, like, they really... I don't know why they think that, like, that's gonna get them laid. Like, what? Are they fucking stupid? Like how not to get laid is basically what they're doing. How to make sure that you're not gonna get laid. And also, like, this whole idea of getting laid as, like, some goal, that in and of itself is already so toxic. It's so backwards, and it's like, why? Like, they have some self-exploration to do. Like, it's like, you're never gonna get that from somebody else. You're never going to be able to go up to someone and have your, and like, if you are so down bad that you're going to fucking embarrass yourself trying to get lucky, seeing it as some kind of dice roll. Like, dude, are you fucking serious? That's so disgusting. But honestly, like, I don't know. I think, like, a lot of women agree with me there. Like, I've known this for a long time. I just didn't experience it until a couple years ago. Like, I've never felt comfortable around those kind of guys. I've never felt comfortable. I just thought that that's how guys were. And for a long time growing up, I actually started to try to emulate them because I wanted to fit in, and it was really fucked up. Like, it was really fucked up. But I don't know. Now all my fucking privilege is out the window. Also, I don't even have privilege as a woman either, like among women, like, because some women are going to think that, like, I'll never be a man. I mean, that I'll always be a man or whatever. Oh no, my queen. They'll say, like, oh, you'll never be a real woman or whatever. So fucking weird. But, like, honestly, in my experience, I have not really had that kind of issue at all, really. Like, I don't know, most women just kind of interact with me like anyone else that I've noticed. Like, I don't know, I guess I have passing privilege. I might even have pretty privilege. One of my viewers pointed out. Was it you, Twice Slicer? Someone pointed it out. Uh-oh. This music's driving me crazy. No, honestly, here's the thing, Twice Slicer. I do like feeling appreciated. And when people like, obviously, when people are like going, like, they come in hot, like right out of the gates, they've never talked to you before, and they just straight up come in and say, like, you're so beautiful, or I love you. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of flattering. But, like, I've already kind of categorized that person. And I'm gonna kind of try to give them a little bit of advice if I can, in a way that's not gonna make them violent, hopefully. It's really difficult sometimes to judge. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I'll never understand because I was socialized very differently. But I also think that trans people, like, on both ends of the spectrum, like trans women and trans men, I feel like we kind of like went undercover growing up, and we can like learn stuff to bring back I was basically undercover growing up. I was like investigating men. I was like surveying like how they behave and like the kind of things that they talk about. And I can bring that to help women everywhere. It's like valuable information I can share with women everywhere. And hopefully that can help men too. Because really, like, I don't know. I feel like openness and discussion, it's like if somebody is going to be like super, like, really like overly like aggressive, I'm going to be like trying to like, I don't know. You can't really hint. Because guys don't take hints. Those kind of guys. Those kind of guys don't take hints. You kind of have to be very firm, but not in a way that's like challenging. Not in a way that makes... See, they don't want to feel like they are being attacked. Because I noticed that guys, those kind of guys, if you start like acting in a way where they feel like, hey, like, what's your problem? All I did was say hi. Like, if you start acting like that, they start attacking you because then they feel attacked and they get defensive. And I don't know, what I've kind of noticed is like, if you just like kind of like remind them of the situation, like a little, like not in a hint, but kind of like, oh, hey, like goodbye parking lot person. Like that's a little bit demeaning probably in that case, but honestly, I think that like they kind of get the hint in that kind of case. Like it might make them violent, which is bad because I cannot hold my own against like a big dude. Like I'm tall, but you know, so there's something, but I'm healthy. I mean, I don't know. I'm relatively strong, but not like muscular. But like I'm in good shape. I usually like run away. I don't know, it's really fucking scary. And honestly, I think, you know, I deserve to be happy. And I'm not gonna let some asshole determine how I am looking all around looking behind my shoulder everywhere I go. Okay, I'm gonna live unapologetically as myself. And if I, you know, obviously I am a little bit more, I'm actually very reserved with my sexuality. I wouldn't say I'm prudish, but like I'm very reserved. Like I don't flirt with people. I mean, some of that is like autistic thing. I'm just general. If I'm happy, I'm happy. It's not because I'm trying to get something from somebody. And I think that takes a lot of people aback because they're used to somebody trying to like get something from them. But for me, if I'm talking to someone and I'm smiling, it's because I'm having a good time. It's not because I want like to get something from that person. And I think obviously being very aware that there's people out there that'll try to like rizz you up or whatever. Obviously, there's always going to be people like that. But it's kind of embarrassing. And I kind of like gently, I just kill them with kindness. I guess that's kind of what I do. So when I get like a little bit uncomfortable around guys, I just kind of like make it very obvious as possible without getting confrontational that I'm not really into it. And I don't know, maybe it's just subconscious things I picked up from being around these kind of guys. Like I said, I was undercover, okay? These guys saw me as one of the guys. And I kind of like, I wasn't really comfortable around it, but I wasn't the target of it. And also when people were like that, I definitely was not a part of them anymore. Like I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, why are you like that? And I wouldn't hang around. I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of stuff. Obviously, I can't really get into on stream. There's a lot of people involved and stuff, but I don't know. I just think like subconsciously, I kind of understand how the mindset of these type of men and how they are, so that I can kind of try to navigate it better. But honestly, I am scared sometimes because you know, just because it hasn't happened yet, you know, doesn't mean it wouldn't happen. But I also don't want to borrow trouble. Okay, there's going to be bad people out there, and the best thing I can do is to try to keep myself safe. But, you know, that doesn't mean I have to hide. It doesn't mean I have to, like, you know, be afraid to show some skin. You know, I can wear a hot outfit. I mean, I don't have too many outfits right now. I do need to go shopping at the thrift store. I actually want to do that next month. Save some money just for, you know, back to school clothes. Because I have been wearing the same exact fucking clothes for like 3 years. For like 4 years. I have not gotten any new clothes. I have like 2 outfits, really. It's so fucking weird. I'm so sick and tired of it. I want some nice outfits. I have the body that actually... I have like a body and a face outside of like, you know, this next surgery that's coming up that can really, really, really pull off a lot of outfits. And I put a lot of work into my fitness, okay? I can fit into some, like, into some clothes, okay? Like, I can fit. I look good. I look really fucking good. I owe it to myself to get some thrift store clothes, okay? Obviously not some designer shit. I don't have that kind of money. But like some thrift store clothes. Like just get a few outfits every month or something. Just like, I feel like I'm too afraid to be happy. Like it makes me happy trying on, you know, trying out different outfits. And I don't know, I'm getting over my fear of being out in public spaces. Like going into like women's restrooms was like extremely scary for me. In fact, like it wasn't even until just this summer when I went back to school that I got over my fear of public restrooms, and it's still kind of there, but like it gets easier. Like you just it's not a big deal. And also like going into like a changing room, like that scares me. Because I feel like because I was raised a certain way, I have like these preconceived notions over what people would think of me. But like people gender me as female when they see me. And I'm not like some kind of like weirdo. Okay, I'm not a creeper. I'm not like creeping up on people. In fact, I go out of my way to like look away when people like, you know, even, you know, like I look away from people if like they're walking in front of me, and like I don't want to be like looking at people's chests, you know, or like in another case, like when a dude walks, there was a dude like in like an area that I was in, like he was like coming from the beach, and he was wearing a fucking banana hammock, okay, and my eyes went straight to that bulge, and I had to like look away right away because I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to look like a creeper. So it's not just with women. Like it's just a thing where it's like I'm very like I'm pansexual and I'm kind of hypersexual. And I think exposure therapy, like not literally exposing myself, come on. But like I think exposure therapy, like just allowing myself to be in public, because if I isolate, it's going to get worse. But yeah, bulge. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I really do think that it's one of those things where it's normal. And it's like some people will be like, I think when people are terminally online, they get weirded out by things that are just normal. Like, hey, like your eyes are gonna look at tits or bulges in general. But that doesn't mean that you're like have to stare. It's like, yeah, your eyes are gonna jump out at things because that's what they evolved to do, was to like see things coming towards you. And when you see bouncing breasts or you see like a bouncing dick bulge, like it's going to like get your attention. But that doesn't mean you have to stare, and it's totally normal to like glance, and then you just change your direction. Like as soon as you notice, you're like, oh, like, but you don't make a big deal out of it. Soul Hackers 2. Oh, was that game on Sega Saturn? Was that the game on Sega Saturn? Soul Hackers? Or Devil Summoner, yeah. And it was on PlayStation as well. Oh, they remade it on 3DS. Yeah, it's from the Shin Megami Tensei, Megami Tensei series. What? Devil Summoner? Oh, so it is in the Shin Megami Tensei series. Is it a spin-off of like Persona, like of Shin Megami Tensei? Yeah, it's a spin-off, right? Yeah, the Devil Summoner series. I actually played some of it. But I have a really hard time playing a lot of like video games. Yeah, these style of games specifically, these style of games specifically are actually like really hard for me to get into. Like the Shin Megami Tensei series, the Persona series, whatever. Yeah, it was originally on Sega Saturn. Yeah, the Megami Tensei series. Oh, the first one. Yeah, these style of games are kind of hard for me to get into. In fact, the only game that I ever played that was kind of like that was Shadowgate. Or, yeah, Shadowgate. It's on Steam? Is that a remake? They remade it? Yeah, this one is it has a great like soundtrack. Yeah, that music, I never actually beat that game, but like those style of games that are kind of like D&D style, I never had the patience for, really. I played Shadowgate a lot as a kid, but I never figured it out. I never beat it. Like I was never able to beat it. I have a really hard I have a I like don't have a lot of patience for slow games like. Honestly, I feel like things were a lot different when I was a kid. I don't know, like a lot of it was like when I was a kid, I didn't have all this stress, you know, but also a lot of that is an excuse. Like there's a reason why the things that used to bring me joy don't bring me as much joy anymore, and that's because I'm depressed. And it's like, it's not about the thing, it's about the things that are causing the depression, not about like, I don't know, we do grow up, you know, and we kind of get over some shit. It's harder to entertain ourselves, etc. But honestly, I am learning how to like get back to my, you know, I'm learning how to feel joy again. But I also do have huge bouts of depression, and it sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna win a queen here. Yeah, it's a different kind of dungeon crawler. It's like an RPG one. It's like you actually do battles and stuff. So Shadowgate was like a pure dungeon crawler. Where there was like... It was just basically like... There were certain spots that would just kill you. Like, it would just basically be like Zool. Or whatever it was. Yeah, Zool. Or whatever it was called. What was it called? Zoop. Like, no, not like Zoop. Yeah, Zool, right? That was like pure dungeon crawler, where there's like, but I think like the Shin Megami games are like actually like an RPG. It's like a first-person RPG, and it was also a top-down element, where you'd walk around the map, and like you'd talk to NPC, and then like you'd go to different areas. From what I remember, the Soul Hackers game was more like Front Mission 3. Like, Front Mission 3 was like... it had like storyline stuff. Like when you went into towns. Like when you went into towns. But I guess this person skipped all the storyline cutscenes. Or you would go into towns and it would like you would go to a different area and like stuff like that. But like the actual gameplay was like tactical style game. But like I remember like what I'm talking about is like let's see, Devil Summoner. Soul Hackers. Gameplay. Like it would be like this. And then it would like ask you to go, like, you know, a lot of Japanese games are like this, where it's like you have like an area and there's just like people there to talk to, and then you can go to a different area by like from a menu. Like it's a really like kind of it's a tried and true staple of a lot of Japanese games. I think it's kind of boring. If I'm gonna be real, I think that kind of gameplay is really boring. You know, it's like an interactive novel, and I get those are more popular in Japan. And some people really like them. I just don't really like it. If I wanted to read a book, I would read a book. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't really given it a chance. But maybe I'm too fidgety. If I want to play a video game, I need something to do. Like I need to be able to like run around and stuff. Like you know, like I need to be able to run around and jump on stuff and like change the camera, right? Like I need stuff to like fidget around with and like go around maps and run around. I like those kind of RPGs, like JRPG style. Xenogears is the absolute best. It's the absolute pinnacle of JRPG, of classic JRPG. There is no better JRPG out there. I mean, I haven't played them all, so I don't think there's a better JRPG out there. I'm pretty damn sure. Every single RPG I've tried, like I've played a good handful of I've given most like classic JRPGs, like Super Nintendo style, like NES to like PlayStation. There's a lot that I've tried. None of them really interested me past a certain point, but like Xenogears has to be the absolute best. Obviously, it's just a shame that it's never going to be. The full story is never going to be finished. I mean, I don't want to say never, but they tried to, because when Xenosaga came out, oops. When Xenosaga came out, like the Xenosaga series. Oh, and I had this on DS. I imported it from Japan. The Xenosaga 1 and 2. That was like kind of like a, it was kind of like a Mega Man Battle Network style fighting system. It was really weird, and I played it in Japanese. I didn't really get very far, but it has Xenosaga 1 and 2. Like in like a DS version. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Someone stole it. That's what happened. But like Xenosaga was a prequel series, and like they went in a completely different direction, and then it like the sales tanked It did not do really well. The series just like kind of drove itself to the ground. And then like Xenoblade Chronicles, I guess was somewhat related. What was Xenoblade Chronicles? They did do Xenogears. After Square's turn, the pitch transformed PlayStation Cult Classic Xenogears. Series would in fact the Xeno name began with a proposal for a Final Fantasy game. After Squaresoft turned the idea down, they pitched transformed to the PlayStation Cult Classic Xenogears. Despite a glowing reception, the game's behind-the-scenes drama led its creators to pursue their own ideas elsewhere. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff I don't even know about behind-the-scenes drama. But they were gonna try to restart the entire, because Xenogears ended, and at the very end of the credits, it said Xenogears Part 5, or it said Xenogears Episode 5, which made everybody like question in the gaming world, are they gonna make, is it like a Star Wars kind of thing? And then when Xenosaga came out, everyone fucking lost their shit. Because when Xenosaga came out, they had said that they're going to complete the series and they're going to remake Episode 5, which is Xenogears. But it's never going to happen. I mean, never say never. But damn, it was like the biggest letdown in gaming history, I believe. That like nobody knows about. But like the people who are like when Xenosaga came out, people were like that. It was all over the news, like in the gaming world, like that they were gonna go and they were gonna do 1, 2, and 3 with Xenosaga, but then 4 is like a prequel to Xenogears, like an actual prequel. They were gonna do a prequel to Xenogears, like a direct prequel. They were gonna remake Xenogears, and then they were gonna do Episode 6 to finish it off. But it never happened. I mean, unless something... Square Enix responds to fan wanting Xenogears Remaster. Yeah, they might remaster it. I don't know if they're gonna finish the series, though. Yeah, well, Xenogears wouldn't get a direct sequel. Its director, Tetsuya Takahashi, would find success in spiritual successor series, Xenosaga, and eventually the Xenoblade Chronicles series. I have not completed Xenosaga, and I have Xenosaga and Xenosaga 2 on PS2. So I probably should give it a full playthrough. I have not played Xenosaga 3, and I have not played the Xenoblade Chronicle games. Some hope that if Xenogears were to get a remaster, then the original director and Monolith Soft would be involved in remaking or remastering the game. I mean, I don't know. There's hope. There's some copium. There's some hopium that if they do remaster Xenogears, that it might build up enough interest to do the prequel and the sequel. Episode 4 and 6. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like a pipe dream. Of course, there's a fan-made one. There always is. Why was he gonna see? Oh, right. They almost banned it because it had like religious undertones. Yeah, I remember that. Fuck America, dude. The United States is a fucking shithole as far as this is concerned. There's a lot of good stuff here, but as far as like this, like people canceling, like trying to cancel a game because it was like, because it had religious undertones. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh, people, our American audience can't handle discussions on religion. Like, really? Because it was like really like critiquing like religious institutions and like you're battling against God and stuff like that. Plans for Xenogears 2 were scrapped because Squaresoft was at the time investing heavily into the film industry. Oh, fuck. That's when they were doing like Spirits Within and stuff like that. Oh, God. Do you remember that? Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within? I thought it was pretty good. But like, Jesus Christ, is that why Xenogears Xenogears 2 got canceled? Holy shit, Xenogears was an early concept for Final Fantasy 7. Xenogears was Final Fantasy 7 would have originally been Xenogears. Wait. Early Xenogears development. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things where it's like, once you've played Final Fantasy 7 or once you played Xenogears, like, obviously it's a great game, but like, you've already played it. And a remaster is going to look crisper and all that. But at the same time, like, you've already played it. You've already known the story. It's good going through it again, and I do want to go through Xenogears again. But honestly, it's like, I want like a sequel. I want something new. Like, I want the prequel too. Like, episode 4 would have been like, I don't want to spoil the story basically, but like, there would have been a lot to go through with episode. Okay, I think I'm tired. I need to call it a day. I think I got some good stuff done today. I was really out and about. I went to the college for like a thing. I talked about some stuff on stream. I did some chess puzzles. I played some really crappy Blitz games. I'm probably gonna play some rapid games off stream later tonight, or yeah, I'm probably gonna chill out for a bit, and then I'm just gonna take some time for myself off stream and just completely focus on some just quiet time, chess time. Probably not even gonna have music on. Probably just gonna like play as if I'm in a tournament. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure just hanging out and having another day, sharing my little teeny tiny world with you, that hopefully one day I can really start putting myself into a huge set of motion, starting next year with college, with pursuing my accounting certificates and business marketing, with getting myself out in the professional world while I'm doing that, getting some professional headshots, professional photo shoots, like paying somebody to get some really professional photos, and for my Instagram and everything, and also for I research into how to actually get some modeling gigs and acting gigs, because I want to pursue that, and I want to do it on my own terms. Like I said, it's a business, and just because it can also be fun, but it is acting, it is a performance, and so it's like there's a level of professionalism, which I believe I have. So I understand the difference between doing things for fun and doing things for work, and I'm really glad that I'm able to separate that, because it's very important getting into the professional world. I need to be professional because I am professional. I wouldn't want it any other way. Very professional, and I feel like I could really make some waves in the industry. So I haven't even started yet. I've just been collecting information. I've been sitting in the shadows in my dungeon. Okay, but I'm gonna get out of this dungeon, and maybe some people don't think I ever will, but they don't know they don't know all the pieces that I've been collecting. They may have only seen like a snapshot of part of a piece. Okay, like I'm gonna tell you right now, you have not seen nothing yet. Okay, you have not seen anything yet. Everything that I've been doing so far has just been me like gathering information and like just biding my time. I've just been biding my time, okay? I'm serious. I know it sounds like I'm just making excuses, but trust me, when I have my surgery and I have the time required to have personal spiritual development so I can then put my whole entire being into my career as an entertainer, as a performer, as a model, as an actress, like, you have no idea. It's going to be a lot of work, but I think it's about working smart, not hard. It's still work, but work smart, not hard. And I'm going to be working really smart. I've been gathering a lot of info, and obviously no amount of research is gonna, replace the need to actually just go out and figure it out on my own. And I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna be pretty damn successful, I think. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.